doing. This is Before You Accuse Me by Eric Clapton. This is my arrangement, so, you know, there are going to be some different things if you listen to the real song or whatever, but to me this is a playable arrangement for somebody who's intermediate, you know, to advanced. I wouldn't try it if you're a beginner. So let's start off with an E7 shape here. If you know a D7 cowboy chord, just slide it up 2 frets and you'll be fine. Triplets and then 2 8th notes. And then some more 8th notes. So triplets, 8th notes, 8th notes, 8th notes. Now you're going to slide that down to E flat. And then D7. So you got E7, E flat 7, D7. So do is it's an E major chord, and I'm going to hammer on the G natural to the G sharp. I'm not going to worry about playing the big old chord. I'm just going to put my 2 finger on the E on the 4th string, hammer on the 1 finger, and an upstroke on that E. I'm going to go up to my E7 chord again. I'm going to go. So I want to feel this. Again. And one more time, a little slower. That's obviously a B7 chord. We're going to walk into it. Okay, and I put that figure coming back around a few times because it's just kind of cool way to turn it around. Now, verse. So this part's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just the rock and roll shuffle pattern. To the A. That's the part that's going to get you guys. So you're going to an A chord with a flat finger bar, and that's what you want to do 50,000 times, really slow. So from the A. You'll notice on measure 7 and 8, I go to the little finger on the 5th fret here to get that D in there. Just a variation, you know. Notice I'm putting the rest in there, you know. I'm not going. It's okay, but if you want to get that, you know. Sounds a little more realistic like the song. Okay, now, top of page 2, it's measure 9. We're at the A again. Back to the E, measure 11. And that's the same lick. Now, B7 chord, and I'm going to go like this. So I want to hear this all with the B7 on top. Now you'll notice on B4 I can't keep my 1st finger on the D sharp because I need it for the descending line, so I'm going to take it, put it on the descending line, and only pick the top 3 strings instead of worrying about that one. But the rest of the time I've got this. Go. A7, I like to use the 1st finger and then the 3 here. I like the way that it feels. So I'm going to take the fingers off of the chord for beat 4 here. And then, guess what? We're back to our lick. It approaches it differently because I've got an open E and then these open notes here. Now, some people might be concerned about the down and the up picking there. You can do like this, all down, or I didn't mark it in because everybody I kind of work with has a different idea of what that is. I think if I really had to do it and think about it, I would use down picks here and then ups on those descendings, and then back to downs there. That's how I would approach it. Now, for the solo, it's basically the same exact thing as the verse. And then we're going to work about the solo. So, now that you've got that, if you look on the other sheet, we've got the guitar solo. And this would start on measure 17 if you're looking at Guitar Pro 6. It would line up there. Now, what we're going to do is jump up into here in a 12th fret B and a 10th fret D. And you're going to give me one of these triplet figures like this. So, there's a 12th and a 10th. I'm going to two quarter notes, beats 1 and 2 I should say, but 8th note triplets like this. And then one more. So the first 3 beats, or the first 3 quarter notes if you think of it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a C sharp. I'm going to go down, it's this interval, and now we're going to go down here to the G and the B. And I'm only going to bend the second string a little quarter step into that guy. So, 2, 3, 4. Now, measure 19. We got triplets again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to do a little figure like this. Triplets again. And I marked the fingering in the notation. It's a 3rd finger slide, 1st finger on 10, pinky finger on 12, 3rd finger back to the 12th here to slide. Okay, so then we're going to go. Now what happens is at the end of beat 4 there, measure 20, instead of playing all 3 triplets, there's an 8th note rest on the first part of the triplet. So it's rest. Those are called pickup notes. You're picking up into the next phrase where it changes to the A chord, and now we're down here outlining the A chord. So up here we were doing notes that outlined the E chord. Now you can see this little shape kind of looks like an F shape first position. Well, guess what? If you put it at 5th position, it's an A chord. So now we're outlining that on measure 22. Okay, so I'm going to start from the solo and get up to that point. That's about the halfway. Now, that's the E7 shape. Again, we're going to go. We're going to climb up into B chord now. Now you'll notice in the notation there might be a 4 listed there. Sometimes I grab it with a 3. This is a little guitar, so, you know, I might use 4 if it's a standard size guitar. Okay, and then measure 26. And those are all the triplets. Now, measure 27. Which is the same turnaround that we had before. Measure 29. This is where it might get a little tricky for some of you. This is called hybrid picking. The thumb is going to be holding the pick with the index finger. So we can't go into finger style right away. I'd like to, but we can't. So I'm going to use the middle finger to pick the notes on the second string, and the thumb is going to play the bass notes, which is now the pick. So you're going to do this. And if you can't get this, I'll give you something different, but you've got this. Slide up here, it's a B7 sharp 5. And it's marked in the notation. And then you go to an E9. So. That might be a little tricky, but definitely give it a shot. Or can't skip the just skip the bass line and just do the melody, and that'll get you through the night, you know. But all right, so I'm gonna play the solo through that part there, and I hope you like it. This is my arrangement of Before You Accuse Me.